What's up? What's up? What is up? And welcome to the Dr. Ali Griffith Show, Mindset, Meditation, and Motivation. We are at episode 4 already. I can't believe it. And today we're going to be talking about unsubscribe from negativity. One of the main reasons I wanted to speak about this today is because it was published. I had a wonderful press release. It actually got picked up by CW, ABC, NBC, CBS, all these places where increased eyes were going to be seeing all this information about how is it that I unsubscribe negativity. But then I said, if it's going to be printed, I needed to hear where that comes from. I needed to know what that looks like. So I had a dope conversation with this amazing lady, Minister Jazz, and she gave me the opportunity to come and record this at this dope location in Brooklyn. We call it We Are Much Different, or Much Different, but you'd find them at wearemuchdifferent.com. So it gave me an opportunity where I get to record and I get to give you visual of what does unsubscribe from negativity mean to me. So first I want to thank you for just tuning in today. Thank you for watching the other 3 episodes. Make sure if you haven't watched it by now, you go back in and you watch it because they are super duper dope, hearing wonderful reviews, and it gives me more encouragement to keep going and keep motivating y'all and just sharing my true authentic self. So thank you. Thank you for all the shares. Thank you for all the likes. Thank you for all the downloads. Keep doing it, y'all. I need you to do this because we are all in this together. So when I hear unsubscribe from negativity, what does that mean to me? And as I'm speaking, just think about what does unsubscribe from negativity mean to you? And the first thing I think about is be careful what I watch. Because we are surrounded every time we look, every time we turn on the television, every time we open up our phones, everywhere we look, we're almost saturated with visual negativity. What does that look like? That face that always looks pissed off, that person that always shows that they're not there with their arms outstretched, but they're always walking away, or just showing you that there's only negative in the world. When you turn on the TV, all you see is negative, bad, especially in our population with African Americans or Caribbean Americans or any sort of minority, but we know it's really the majority. We turn on the TV and all we see is negativity. So the first thing you gotta do, y'all, is unsubscribe from that. Like, I can't do it anymore. I can't every time I turn on the TV that it's negative. I started around the age of 8 or 9 when my teacher at that time said that we used to have to read the daily news. I'm in Brooklyn, New York, so the daily news is a big thing out here. And I realized every time I read this daily news, all I saw was negative. And I remember telling my mom, I don't want to keep seeing negative. 9, 10, 11. I'm getting older and older and all I see is negativity. And what I started to realize is every time I saw it, I felt it, and then I would show it. So if you are going to start shifting your mindset, if you want to start achieving the high things in life that you want and you desire, the first thing you got to do is you got to reduce, you got to get rid, you got to unsubscribe from that negative-ish that's in front of you. It could be that person that's always in front of you. It can be that TV show, or sometimes, y'all, I'll get it in my WhatsApp. Like every time I go in my WhatsApp, all I see is negative. So that's the first thing I'm going to tell you. And that's the first thing I told myself, really. I'm just bringing y'all into what I told myself. The second thing I told myself is, watch what I say. You don't realize the things that come out of our mouth sometimes because we're busy saying it. And it took me really stopping and growing and doing personal development. And as I coach my clients and I receive my coaching from amazing people. I mean, I mentioned Lisa Nichols before. I mentioned Doreen Rainey, some other people that have just coached me on my personal mindset, personal development. And that's when I began to be more present to what it was that was coming out my mouth. And I started to realize it was toxic. Like, I thought I was this really good girl. You know, I went to school, I was paying attention. I'm not cursing, so it can't be negative, right? I'm not cursing, because I'm not that big on cursing anyway, but you piss me off, it will come out. Don't worry about that. But I started to realize that I can't use these words that can hurt someone. I can't use these words that can hurt me, most importantly. And then as I became a mom to Zachary, I can't use these words as he's hearing constantly. See, we don't realize that everyone is affected by the words we're saying. You can shift a whole mood based on the words that come out of your mouth. So unsubscribe from what you say and start being more alert to listening to what comes out of your mouth. It's hard because we actually were raised in a society, I was raised in a society where, you know, that West Indian society where your mother just gonna say what she's saying. There is no curb. What she thinking, she gonna say. And I thought that was normal. I thought that's how everyone was. I thought that's how I was supposed to live my life. Just saying whatever I wanna say my thoughts, not realizing that some of the things that came out of her mouth were so daggone negative. But it wasn't because she was doing it on purpose, y'all. She was doing it because that's all she knew. That's all she knew. That's what she grew up with. That's what her parents did. That's what her grandparents did. They responded with what they know. So I want y'all to do something different. We're going to do something different together. We're going to start shifting the words that come out of our mouth. Now, I'm not saying be perfect. What I'm saying is be mindful of what comes out of our mouth. Unsubscribe. When you're doing it, just stop and go, It don't sound right to whoever's going to hear it. It doesn't sound right to me right now. Now, I'm not saying it's going to happen immediately overnight, but we're going to work on it together, y'all, because I'm still working on it. I'm still a work in progress, just like you. And the last thing, as we're unsubscribing from this negativity, I'm in such a space. Just physically now, I'm in such a space of light energy. Y'all got to come see this place, much different. I'm so glad that I get to do episode 4 right now here, because it really takes me to that projection of where I'm going to go to, which is you got to watch who are the people you're around. Unsubscribe your environment from negativity, your immediate surroundings. If that's your physical space, I know some of y'all are with that dude that you know that is not for you, that just constantly, nothing against my ex. I appreciate him, I respect him, and I'm always going to have full respect for him. But when I was married, and I remembered putting the keys to the door, and as I'm putting the keys to the door and I'm about to walk through this door, I didn't want to go in because it felt like if I was walking in to negative. I was leaving the world of whatever it is that I created for myself, but as I'm opening this door, all I'm seeing, all I'm feeling is negative. Now, it's not him, it's not me, it's just whatever we created together, our energy together. We got to protect our energy space. Now, if we got to get rid of people, then sometimes we got to get rid of people. Or I like to say, complete that relationship. Excuse me, y'all know I'm a speech pathologist. I got to keep these vocal folds lubricated. But the key about all of that is we got to start being present, being mindful of who we choose around us. Friends, family members. Sometimes the closest people to us are the most negative around us. And as we're doing our work on ourselves, and we're working on developing ourselves, and we're building ourselves and lifting ourselves, and we're moving to these levels of where we are being better, right? You're working on yourself, you're doing your personal development, you're here listening to this pod, you're here watching what we're doing, and you're like, yeah, I'm working on myself, or I'm at least trying to work on myself. But then when I get into a certain space or a certain area or a certain group of people, the energy just changes. And what you'll see happen is you change. Like you went from being this light, positive person, everything is, you're working on self. And then you get in a room, you get in a group environment, and you just feel your energy just shift automatically. Boom. I'm asking myself, because this really is a conversation to me that y'all just listening, you know, I'm just letting y'all in on this head of mine. That we can't do that. I can't do that anymore. I gotta choose who I'm around. I gotta choose. Sometimes I gotta let go of family. I remember telling my mom once, if you're coming in my house with negative, don't come. Because I'm here serving the world. I'm here speaking on stages. I'm here pouring into autism moms, special needs moms, my coaching clients, my Zachary. Most importantly, my Zachary. And I can't have this space around him. And I love you to pieces. This is me and my mom. Y'all know that's Mom Dukes. But I even had to tell her, if you're going to come with negativity, don't come. And she's coming to help me. But when you got to protect your space, when you start realizing how important it is to unsubscribe from the negativity of other people, your family, your energy, your space. Sometimes you got to complete things that you never thought in a million years you would ever have to complete. Sorry. But in the end, once you start doing some of these things, and I want you guys to let me know which one resonated the most to you. Which one is the one you feel you have to work on the most? Send me a message, send me a note, you know, hit me up on whichever one of the social medias. All of them are at Dr. Ali Griffith. Or send me an email at info@Dr. Ali Griffith, and just let me know which one resonated the most to you today that you got to work on. Leave a note. If you're in podcast, definitely write your response in the note, y'all know, reviews or whatever. Put it in there. But what we're going to do is we're going to start shifting this world, y'all. And I'm not doing it by myself. I'm picking you up. That's why I'm helping you get into my head, so that you can start doing some of the work that I've been doing, and I will continuously keep working on. I want you to be working on the same thing. If we all pressed unsubscribed, if we all just look at all our podcasts, look at all our TV stations, look at all our people, look at ourselves, and we just say, no mas, time to unsubscribe. And we tap into, because that's going to be another thing we talk about. I'm not going to get into that, but what I'm going to lead you into may be the next podcast, maybe the next visual that I do with you will be, once you unsubscribe from negativity, you got to then tap into positivity. Now, how do you really do that when they're not that much around? But until then, work on self. Work on always creating and nurturing and protecting our safe space, which is self, and see how you can start making your first step now. Make sure you are following me next week. I'm going to come back in another Friday and drop the next episode. We're going to talk about now moving in and tapping into positivity, because I can't leave y'all only at unsubscribe, because then y'all can have nobody you listening to. But let's then talk about how we're gonna prescribe or jump into your positivity. Join me next week. Make sure that you support this dope spot that I'm in. If you're in Brooklyn, you definitely want to come at Much Different. Yo, this spot is off the freaking chain. I'm just so blessed that Minister Jazz and our Mike are supporting me with our vision in shifting the world. And hit up my website, see what we got. So share, like, subscribe, download, do all that stuff that you gotta do. Make sure you do that, because I need this message to get out to the world. I need you to be my ambassador, so we can start having more people, more children, more people with special needs, more of us start unsubscribing from negativity. I'll see y'all next week, y'all. Dr. Ali Griffith. Thanks for watching the Dr. Ali Griffith Show. Mindset, meditation, and motivation.